It's just like having your batteries charged. Hi, I'm Dr. Bruce Mills. I'm a retired physician. I completed my undergraduate education at Yale College. I majored in combined sciences, where my primary interests were in neurobiology. I completed my medical studies at Stanford University School of Medicine, and then went on to become a resident of dermatology at Stanford Medical Center. While at Stanford, I did research in both molecular biology, primarily DNA polymerase enzymology of a very poorly understood species called mycoplasma, and in the course of my clinical practice of dermatology, moved to the island of Oahu, where I had the opportunity to study both Qigong and yoga. I bring this up and want to share this to you because many of my experiences as a student of both Qigong and yoga are quite relevant to what I experienced when I used the lights. And that's what I'd like to share with you today. I had the chance to study Qigong quite extensively with a Qigong master who recently had come to Oahu from Shanghai. He was the 17th patriarch, or is the 17th patriarch of Wudong Qigong, and I studied with him quite extensively during my years on Oahu, probably a total of 8 to 10 years. In addition, while on Oahu, I studied Hatha yoga, Iyengar yoga, with several yoga teachers on Oahu, but also with a yoga master. During the workshops on the Big Island, Adil Pakavala, my yoga master, introduced us to a number of different limbs of yoga that go beyond the practice of asana. These limbs I just want to mention to you briefly because they're quite relevant to my experiences with the Tesla lights, and I dare say would become relevant to yours as well. When I am in the Tesla lights, the experience is starting off with one of feeling that one is having an external Qigong treatment by a well-experienced Qigong master. What you begin to experience first is this unmistakable sense of how the energy flow is coursing through the body. And in Qigong, the good Qi comes in through the top of the body, and then the bad Qi flows out through the feet. And it's fairly easy for most of us to experience the flow of the negative Qi, the dirty Qi, the old Qi, out through the feet. It's more difficult to experience the Qi flow through the hands, but the Qi that is being eliminated is also eliminated through the hands. The easiest way to experience Qi, or your own subtle energy, is taught in the Qigong class by holding the hands together. And then you let the attention or the awareness focus on the energy that's passing through the hands. It's relatively easy for most of us to experience this even on the first attempt. At that point, one learns to expand the Qi by moving the hands apart, to bring the Qi back together and compress it, or to draw the Qi out by bringing the fingertips and bringing the Qi back in. So this is the first experience of Qi, perhaps the easiest experience. This is how, in that type of medical philosophy, health and wellness is maintained. So after experiencing the Qi flow in the Tesla lights, I become aware of how my chakras are aligning, and now we're beginning to get into what one might think of as esoteric yoga. And this is where the alignment of the energy centers of the body, the chakras, begins to align along a central energetic axis of the body called the sushumna. When this begins to occur, one begins to receive the universal energy through the crown chakra in the top of the head. One begins to ground the body into the earth energy. And these energies begin to meet at the heart center and then emerge and surround one with your energy field. It's a very powerful way to begin to increase your energetic flow. In addition, the next phase of yoga involves the introduction of the practice of pranayama. And yoga teachers would be very quick to point out to a yoga student that the practice of pranayama is not appropriate until the yoga student has gained enough experience in the practice of the postures to prepare the body for the receipt of the energy that comes through the practice of yogic breathing. Yogic breathing involves controlling the inhalation and the exhalation, and retention of the breath, both after exhalation or after inhalation, or both. There is a natural tendency for me to begin to go into pranayama with slow, deep inhalations and long, deep exhalations as I notice that the chi is still flowing. Mergings of these sorts of energetic practices was something I had never experienced until I had experiences with the Tesla lights. As a result of this, one just begins to become aware of just this incredible flow of energy and the lining of the chakras, and it's all happening at the same time. There's even some sense that one begins to leave the physical body, and the presence of other people or other sounds coming from the room become rather difficult to interpret, because you know in your conscious mind that they are close by, yet your experience of them is at quite some distance. This goes on all during the Tesla light session. It can become a very powerful, a very intense sensation for someone that's becoming more sensitive, and the control of the strength, if you will, of the Tesla lights can be controlled so that you're receiving the strength of Tesla lights that is the most helpful to you, what you're most comfortable feeling. And that just enhances one's overall enjoyment. This is a very pleasurable experience. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you will give this a personal trial in the very near future. Thank you very much. I give you permission to use this tape in however manner you see fit. I can tell you from the point of view of a Western trained physician that this has got to be something that's good for you. I can't imagine there would be any negative effect of it.
Hi, I'm Sandy Fowler. I'm in Dr. Gary Berman's office in Dallas, Texas, and I want to tell you about these wonderful Tesla lights. I'm in love with them. I want to take them home. I've been working with Dr. Berman for a while, and I'm hard-headed. It's taken a while for us to get me close to where I need to be, and the other day I played with these lights. We were so successful. It's like this fog that I've been walking through has just dissipated. I'm more connected with life. I've got a lot of energy. I'm able to figure out boundaries a little bit better in what's my stuff, what's other people's stuff. And I can't get enough of these lights, and I've just been real greedy with them. They've done wonderful things, and I'm really pleased because I'm in a much better place because of them. Thanks. There really is krypton? For real?
Yeah, krypton gas. It's in the atmosphere, we breathe it.
Eventually they're going to be in my price range, and I'm going to have some at the head and the foot of my bed.
All right.
Seriously, I'm fascinated with them. I bet every one of these things vibrates at a different frequency. I don't know, they talk to me. It vibrates you at different places, at different times. So do you play with these often?
Yes.